This is our last segment also, where we try to answer your pre-submitted question and also anything which you want to ask on an open forum, right? And if I know things. And this is one of the topic I have picked today. And a lot of questions I have received is the one which you asked. One, like, I am having so much experience transitioning, how do I practice, how do I transition, and all those. So this is for all the people who are having experience in some or another industry, or maybe coming from finance background or operations background, and they want to transition into a functional consultant role. Okay, so you need to define your learning path. Okay, and when you enter in the industry at a entry level with a 1 year experience or 2 years experience within Dynamics, okay, not your previous experience, yes, practicing on the labs and things are enough for you. Okay, because people understand that from a 1 year experience or a fresher or 2 year experience, they don't expect you to know everything. But what do they expect from you is to know the basic navigations, the user interface, the modules capabilities, like let's say data management or any basic functionality. If you are talking finance consultant, then you should know chart of account, dimensions, and how to create journals. So basic functionalities and these things should be known by a fresher who is applying for or transitioning into this role. And how can you get that knowledge? By practicing on the labs and learning on the functionalities which falls under that specific area. So yes, that is enough in my opinion for the starting role. It is not expected that you know everything. Okay, yes, when you get a first project, be more enthusiastic in that and try to learn more as much as possible from that one specific project, which is the first project for you. Okay, so that is about what is required from the learning perspective, right? Apart from that, I have shared in my other session, and there is a blog I have written where I have just created an end-to-end guide for you. Lot of people make a mistake, and even I'm telling for the people who are coming from the experience background, that they will learn the product like a finance or supply chain, and then they will become a functional consultant. What differentiates the people who are having experience is the consulting side. Now, if you look at a functional consultant role, it is a 30-70, I say. 30% is the product knowledge, 70% is the consulting. It's a customer facing role where you need to talk to the customer, you need to conduct workshop, right? You need to understand the requirement. You should communicate with them properly, like in a written communication and the oral communication, right? Now just think, if you are already having 10 years of industry experience, and if you are coming from finance and operational background, you already have that knowledge. So leverage that, try to project that as your positive point. Not like if you don't know that product, then your everything is zero. No, you already know this thing. So for my advice to all the people who are coming from experience background is leverage that 70%, your communication, the way you manage customers, right? Understanding business requirement, the consulting side, leverage that side of yours from your previous experience. And then parallelly add a top up of this product knowledge by practicing labs and learning the product capabilities and so on. So that will definitely help you in getting your first starting job and then again thriving in that job in a longer run. Because you are not starting from zero, you already have experience. Leverage that previous experience. Okay? Hope that helps you to understand that part. Okay, maybe before I start for today's pre-submitted Q&A, I have an interesting topic to cover, like the impact of AI Copilot today. But let's go ahead with a couple of questions first. Dolly, go ahead. You want to ask something?
Yes, Saurabh. Apart from the product knowledge, like there are some portals applications like LCS, Power Platform, and Azure. Is that required to learn for a functional consultant?
Yes, it is. Okay, but not for a person who is just entering. So don't think that if you just entering in a job and you have 1 year experience and you will directly go and do something on LCS Power Platform, you're not going to do that. Okay.
Okay.
And by the time you reach to 5 year, 6 year experience, you will automatically learn that. And that is what I say. When you start your journey, don't look for a person who is already, let's say, if you will try to compare with me, let's say I'm having 12, 13 year or Venkatesh having so much of experience. If you try to compare yourself with us and these people know this thing, you can't match that. It has taken 12, 13, 15 years for us to learn this thing, right? How can you expect that you will know in a 1 year time? So that is not important for you in the beginning, but I guarantee without asking this to anyone, once you have 5-6 years of experience and if you work hard on your skill set, on your project, you will automatically learn these things during the work.
Okay. Because I have the 8 to 9 years of experience in like supply chain management operation. So from last 1.5 years, I'm like transited into functional consulting. So I'm seeing a lot of things like in my project. So that is my concern. Like, is it like required in the initial to learn these things? Because my main focus into like learn the application first.
Yes, absolutely right. You are on right path. Okay, but also build the consulting part, right? I always say like how to gather requirement, how to write FDD, how to conduct workshop, how to use Azure DevOps, how to write test script. Everything you should also learn parallelly. Okay, but definitely not these LCS and these things. And a project is led by a group of people, and every person in that team has its own responsibility. Okay, so if you are part of a group where they are talking LCS and everything, maybe that's part of their job. If this is a solution architect or lead consultant, they need to know. That is why they are talking, but not necessarily that it is mandatory for you also, right? So you have to be specific to your role also, your accountability, your limitations, right? But having said that, if they are talking, just listen to them. Maybe next time when you listen, you will connect more. Okay, but not saying that you need to learn that immediately. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Next, Pratyusha.
Yeah. Thanks for the insightful session, Venkatesh and Saurabh. I have a question relating to certificate renewals. Do we have to renew every year, and what if we missed the renewal of certification?
Yes, you need to renew every year. If you miss out, then you have to give it again, like how you did in the first time. So you have to book a schedule and then you then give that.
Understood.
Okay, good. Preet. Next.
Hello, sir. Hello, Venkatesh. Thank you for the session. I was missing out this information, and all of a sudden, I got to know from the LinkedIn that you are providing this session. It's really, really insightful. Because the problem that I'm facing currently is I worked on D365 F&O from the user perspective. As a front-end user, I used retail POS. And then I got a job where I was in I was a business professional. There I worked for the whole project, for end to end. And I was lucky enough that I touched every part, like data management, functional, creating FTDs or test scripts and everything. I was pretty much, I'm aware of, I can say basic knowledge. But now what I'm struggling with is, should I go with the commerce certification or MB 310 after 920? And how should I prepare for this? Like, what will be the path that I need to follow?
Very good question. And I think that most of the people who are transitioning can relate to this. And first of all, Gurpreet, I would say one thing, right? And I will repeat again. You have got 8-9 years of experience. That 9 years of experience, you need to leverage that. You need to bring that as your positive, your strength in this job, rather than saying, oh, I have a different experience, now I'm moving this. No, you are not. Every job teaches you something unique. So you have got, let's say, a communication skill. You have got, let's say, a business like how retail works. right?
Mm-hmm.
How many
Yeah.
people will know the how retail works? What is the pull job, push job? What's the catalog in the retail? How do you design the menu on the screen of the retail POS? How many
Uh-huh.
people would know that? Tell me, right? No, right? You know that, right? So you need to, everyone, I'm just taking this example, anyone who is coming from different background, you need to leverage that background and project as a strength. Okay, first thing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
coming to the second part, which route you should go. You need to decide that based on your experience. Do you want to go as a finance consultant or you want to work in the commerce? Now, if you have worked in the retail POS, maybe just because you were possibly got that option only, doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
that you need to continue with that. If you are interested in
Mm-hmm.
the finance accounting, you are understanding that from the product perspective better, then learn that, build your profile and say that I am a functional consultant. And now you might say, oh, I am a finance functional consultant, but my whole experience of retail will go waste. Why? When the retail process works, everything comes and gets synced in your finance. How your statement posting was working, how your
Mm-hmm.
financials were getting posted, how your orders were getting created, how your inventory was getting posted. Is that related to commerce only? Can that be utilized to your finance and supply chain?
Yeah.
Right? It can be, right?
Uh-huh.
So you
Yeah.
need to focus on that part to have that as a strength, not that as a weakness or the thing. Everything you have is your plus point, not a negative point. First thing, any path you decide, depending, I can't suggest that which one you should go, right? I can't tell that, but anything which you like, you go ahead with that. And about the certification, start learning with the MS Learn, the training which I was showing. Go with that, practice more. And as I said, it is not a guarantee of surviving in a job or thriving in a job. You will
Mm-hmm.
thrive in a job with your experience and skill. Yes, of course, it is required to get shortlisted. That's what I said. In my opinion, that is more important thing for from the certification. It's a shortlisting screening thing for you, but
Do you
rest
have
is your skill set.
anything in your mind how we can, like, keep up with the skills? Since I'm looking for a job, right? I recently resigned, and that time I feel like now I'll prepare for the certification. As you have clearly mentioned that it's not like guarantee that we'll get a job. So
I
would you
I would
recommend it's
I
just
would I
the
would
online?
yeah, I would show you this thing. Let me, you know, I don't know. Have you watched? Have you read this thing? You know,
It's
how do you
I just looked into it. It's too much. I have to go through each one of these, and then I feel like I'm overwhelmed with the information now.
I know, but if you want to start your anyone who is starting and confused what to learn, where to learn, or how to learn, I think you follow this guide. I have explained. First one,
Uh-huh.
understand the role and understand how what to learn. These 5 videos doesn't even talk about anything in the product.
Mm.
It tells what role is, what to learn first, how to learn, and where to learn. Where means the sources also I am telling.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then I told you of just now 30-70 rule. Functional consult. These 13 videos do not talk about anything in the configuration in the product.
Mm-hmm.
But this is part of your functional consulting role. Now, when you go in an interview and talk about, about FDD, about
Mm-hmm.
testing, about fit gap, they will be impressed with you. But if you
Mm-hmm.
say that, okay, I just know how to create a purchase order, I'm sorry to break your heart, not gonna be very impressive thing. So you need to
Mm-hmm.
balance. You need to divide your learning in two part: product plus this consulting skill set. Two things. That's my kind of a suggestion. And follow your path, learning path. Don't go like I have received so much information. Should I read this? Create what topics you need to learn. From where you need to learn. Go with that. Stick to that for 2 months. Don't go anywhere
Okay.
else.
And also one more question. I'm so sorry. I want to ask, like, for example, today our session was about accounts payable setup, right? I want to know where to locate the lab. I didn't find it.
Go to
Uh, the,
MB310, that learn the training part, right? In there, if you go to official Microsoft Learn, in the
I
accounts
have
payable, every module they have given in the end practice questions and the lab also. Okay, and if you follow my blog, right, if you go, I have put a guide also how to log into the lab, also how to
No, I
access the
get
lab.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
I have logged in and I've done, but I was thinking if particularly for each session before coming to the session, if I can get to practice it, that'd
Yeah,
be helpful.
that you
So
can
I
go
just,
to MS Learn and do that. Okay.
okay. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for your help.
no worries. Anyone else has any question before I go and talk about uh, the impact of this Copilot and AI, how it is going to, impact us as a functional consultant? Okay, nothing. Okay. So very interesting thing. I have got a lot of questions from like the people who have submitted this thing, right? They wanted to ask that how this new Copilot AI and everything is going to change the way we are working today, right? Now, first thing, I don't know how many of you have seen that Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation now called as AI ERP, right? How many of you have uh, observed that? Give a thumbs up. If not, then very sorry to hear that you didn't observe that, right? So Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation name is there, but it is in a category. Microsoft is saying that it is an AI ERP, which means it is very clear that going forward, the ERP is going to be projected as an AI dominated system. Okay, so more AI functionalities, process capabilities are going to be introduced, and that is going to lead the way going forward. So that is very clear from the Microsoft itself. Okay, now how that is going to change, what is the vision? Microsoft says that AI, Dynamics 365 AI ERP is a vision or the path towards the autonomous ERP. What is autonomous ERP? That everything what you do today manually, right? I'm creating a journal manually 5 times 5 lines. I'm creating a purchase order and or doing all these things, running certain reports to understand the data and everything. Now all these things are your manual effort. Lot of labor work is going in performing these day-to-day tasks for the organizations who are using these ERP system. How do you make it efficient? With the help of AI, it is going to be automated. That means as much as possible, everything is going to be done by ERP system automatically, so that the user can spend their time more on their productive work in a thinking rather than doing and performing these manual tasks. And that is where the concept of autonomous ERP comes, right? So Microsoft is saying this is AI ERP. We are going in a path of autonomous ERP. That means tomorrow AI will do the work for you rather than the end users. And what end users or the people will do? Will think about more productive, efficient things in the organization. Okay. Now, question comes, how this ERP is going to do those autonomous tasks, right? And that is going to be done through the agents. You would have heard everywhere AI agent. There are going to be thousands of agents, or if I think I'm undercounting that there are going to be millions of agents in the market for all the tasks which you perform today manually. You never know that tomorrow for your configurations also there is an agent where you just pass on the requirement or something and it is going to configure the system for you, right? So the agents are going to do lot of activity in the ERP system to make these things autonomous. Okay, and few examples of that is, if you would have heard recently in the 10.0.44 version, Dynamics 365 F&O itself has got couple of agents. What are those agents? Supplier communication agent for your procurement, time and expense agent, account reconciliation agent. All these agents are reality now, which means it is available in front of you in your ERP system. And they are doing the work for the users. For example, supplier communication agent is managing the communication of your purchase order related activities with your vendor. Account reconciliation is reconciling all your ledger, sub-ledger and giving you the final results. Time and expense is filling all the time entries and everything automatically based on your activities and everything and submitting it. All these are reality and it is just a beginning. In next 1 year, there are going to be hundreds of the agents created on ERP alone. I'm talking about that. Okay. Also, if you would have, so how these agents are built now? That is the question, that how do you keep yourself up to date? The basic thing, if you are in the Microsoft ecosystem, learn about Copilot Studio. There are a lot of resources available. Last week, that's why we had a session on the Copilot Studio itself. And I have also kind of created, if you visit my YouTube channel, and that's where I'm putting again and again my all the social media profile links. I have a list of Copilot Studio where 6-7 videos are created. And do not think that Copilot Studio learning is a technical thing. It is functional, no code, low code. So a lot of times you might skip certain links. Oh, this is Copilot Studio, must be technical development or nothing. No, it is a functional thing. Anyone can learn. So all these agents, everything is coming, right, is built on Copilot Studio. And even you can build your own agents as well. Okay. So how do you build your own agent? Using the Copilot Studio. And now Microsoft also announced in the recent Microsoft Build annual event, that there is a concept called MCP, right? Where the multiple agents can talk to each other. I'm talking in a very layman language, but if you already have one agent, the one other agent can call that and talk and utilize the information from this agent. We have reached to that level. Okay, so it's a wake-up call for us that apart from learning these things, you don't need to be the expert of this, but you need to at least put some effort in learning the Copilot Studio basics, what Copilot Studio is, what component it has, how do you create your own agent, and all those things. So that is going to be your future. So one thing, Copilot AI is changing the world. It is leading towards AI ERP with the objective of autonomous ERP with the help of AI agents. There are agents coming by default in product, and there are going to be thousands of agents in future coming in the next 1 or 2 years. You will see a lot. And then you need to learn at least the basic, so that if someone is talking about these things, you don't feel like left alone on this part. So start your journey. There are a lot of free trainings from the Microsoft itself available. I have a playlist. A lot of Subhashish, who came in our last session, has done a lot of work towards the Copilot Studio learning and things. So go ahead and prepare yourself in that line. I'm not scaring you, but I'm telling you that in future how it is going to be. So start preparing, divert your learning in that zone as well. Okay. So I hope that gives you the idea about this, all the topics which people have asked, how the function consultant role will change. I mean, it is very obvious, right? You need to be more efficient in proposing your solution and everything. You should use more and more AI for that, rather than writing a document for 3 hours. I mean, you need to find a way. Is there any agent available? Is there an efficient way of writing this? Is there any way to automate these things, right? So you need to go in that direction. And I think second key thing which I got from a lot of people is about transitioning into this job. And I think I covered that well, how you can transition into this and what key things you need to keep in mind. One of the things, how to learn D365 quickly. Whosoever is asking this, I'm really sorry to break your heart, then you can't learn this quickly. It's a marathon, it's not a shortcut. Okay, you need to invest your time, and it's a continuous journey. After 12-13 years, I'm still learning. Okay, so you can't learn it quickly. You need to give at least 3-4 months time for preparing yourself for the market ready. So I will skip these things because all these were kind of similar thing with the background in different domain and then transitioning to this. Maybe I'll take 15 more minutes now to try to answer as much as possible in this. But apart from that, a lot of people have put the questions which are very generic. We are planning to create a FAQ and publish as a blog post, so that you can, any common question which you are asking, like how to start journey, how to write, how to learn, and all those things, we will put in that FAQ. But before I start talking about these things, maybe anyone has any question, you can raise your hand and then you can ask that question before I talk about these different questions.
Hello. Hi, Saurabh. Saraswati here.
Yeah, Saraswati, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm from F&O Technical. But one of my friend asked me, I mean, he's running on business, and daily he's running manufacturing. He's working on purchasing, sales, and he used to create bombs and other things. He just came to know that I was working on ERP, so he asked me to suggest that how that ERP will fit into my business, like that he asked. As a technical, I don't know how to say that how it will fit. I need to ask more questions to him, that how to fit with his business to our application. Again, it is a small one. ERP, that EX is it is fit for medium to large scale industry, right? So as a functional consultant, how will you advise for this question?
See, one thing is, this is an entire industry, first of all, right?
Yeah.
So when customer wants an ERP, it's not a very like, okay, pick up a phone, okay, this ERP is good, right? A lot of factors are there, right?
Understood. So is there any MS platform where you can post this question and then they can, I mean, he might not know that where to go, right? So is there any platform?
I think better is LinkedIn to reach out to certain partners, in the region. Okay, so there if you go to Microsoft partner list, that person can filter out a lot of partners in that region. So let's say, especially looking in India, so there are all the companies listed there. He or she can filter that list and find out and reach out to these partners, that how they can help them to analyze the ERP, which one is better, and all those things. I think that is the better way. Go to the Microsoft official partner source, and there you have all the list of partners. Filter out them with the reason and the capability and industry and all those things, and then reach out to them. That is the better way.
Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Hi.
Yeah, Kishan, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I came very late, and first of all, I want to appreciate you for this very insightful program. I'm a finance consultant. I'm like three years into the job. So I was wondering, is secure an important aspect to learn? Does it kind of like give you leverage in the market? That is my first question. Second question.
What is the first question? What is it required?
SQL, that is secure. That is structured query language. Is it
No.
Is it a beneficial area for a functional
for a functional consultant? It is not required, not essential. You can skip completely. Straight answer.
Okay. My second question is I'm in the UK anyway. Most of the jobs that I'm seeing now, you see functional consultant jobs. They kind of like ask that you should be familiar with Microsoft Dynamics 365 architecture. So I was just wondering, what does that actually mean? They are looking for someone who is familiar with the architecture. So I kind of always lost in this area.
It is just a big term. They use it. You should just know that, Microsoft Dynamics ERP is what, So I would suggest go through the MB 920 kind of a curriculum. You should know what Microsoft Dynamics 365 ERP is, what modules it supports. So what is the architecture, right? And is it a cloud-based technology or on-premises based technology? Basics of this thing, right?
Okay.
And what modules it covers, and how is it integrated with the surrounding system like Power Platform or Microsoft Office and all those things. I think if you know these basics, I think you are good as a functional consultant. If their intention is to hire you as a solution architect, then that's a very different game altogether. Okay, very experienced people, I would suggest, would try for that role. But for a, let's say, 3 to 5 or 7 years or 8 years of functional consultant role, if they say architecture means you need to understand how this whole ERP ecosystem, modules, functionalities, and maybe the supporting products around this thing. That is what you should prepare for that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gurpreet. You have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I want to ask, like in one of my interview, the interviewer asked me, do you want to be a business analyst or a functional consultant? So I want to understand, what do we have business analyst in D365 F&O?
Business
there
analyst
a
is the
role?
part of functional consultant role. And if you watch those 5 videos, right, I've explained in that what is business analyst and what is business analyst is responsible in the first 2 phase of the project, analysis and the let's say design. When it comes to the configuration and things, that is a functional consultant. So functional consultant is business analyst plus the application consultant.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Nagasarendra. Can't hear you if you are speaking. Maybe some issues with your laptop or mic. Okay, maybe. I think I will take 5-7 minutes more if there are no question, and I'll just go through this, and I have already taken a lot of time, and I think we can close for the day in 5 to 7 minutes. When is the next training for I missed enrolling? I also don't know. I just tried that. I got a very overwhelming response, so I also don't know when it is going to be. Benefit of this course. So this call in which you are in, it is not a course. It is a monthly session for every first Saturday of the month at 1 p.m. UK time or 5:30 p.m. India time. I run and it has 3 sections. I bring one expert to share some knowledge on a specific topic. I share the topic of the day, like today certification, tomorrow can be, next month can be anything, and then open question answers which you guys have where you want to ask someone. That's it. There is nothing else in the course, if I say, right? So it's not a course, it's an open forum where we come and share the knowledge with you guys. Okay. I think it is very loaded question, and I'm not going to take this because I have a less time. Maybe I'll take which one is maybe smaller one. Why quality of support from Microsoft is going down recently, Nitesh? I don't know. Ask Microsoft, not representative of Microsoft right now. Regarding custom roles and security. Yeah, this is very interesting question, and I kept it. There is a new functionality feature, user security governance, which has been released. Go and read about that. It is very good feature, which is for this security roles and the configurations. What are the features introduced? I said there are a lot of features which are coming, but important thing is to note about the AI, Copilot and agents. That is key. Okay, I think that's it. We have put certain links to answer, like session for inventory management. You can go watch my playlist for that. You want to know what this session is? I think I explained that. Intercompany related, all these things you can ask, and yeah, I think that's it. How to create agent? I think we have put a link in the chat. There is a Copilot Studio thing. That's it. And next session on 5th of July, you can submit your feedback, ask your question, register for the next session by using this, and I can take few more questions if you want. Like Sandesh, go ahead if you want to take if you want to ask something before I close.
Hi, Saurabh. Sorry, I just wanted to know if in any of your sessions is asset leasing, asset management, or credit collections modules are involved.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know about the future. If I, let's say, if I call an expert and that expert want to share something about these things, maybe possible. But right now, I don't have in the queue, definitely.
Okay. So why I asked this question is, recently I had started to explore on these topics, especially on the asset leasing side. So probably which I can share or to just to justify.
So okay, let me put this also, and that's a very good point. When we share this LinkedIn post and everything, I have also shared that if you are interested as a speaker, so if you want to see, I don't want to go with any known face or something. If you want to share some knowledge which you think is valuable for this forum, submit your session. I'll try to pick up which is more interesting one. Okay. So if you want to share asset leasing, just in a 45 minutes time, if you think you can share, just put that session in that speaker thing on my post. I have given the link and I will pick it up, Sandesh. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Saurabh. Probably I might reach out to you over LinkedIn, so just we can have a talk and decide on this.
Definitely. Yeah. So that is one request. If you want to share your knowledge and you want to volunteer in something, contribute, collaborate with me, feel free to reach out to me. Let's discuss and see how we can take that forward. Also, all these things, whatever we are discussing, share with your network. I think today a lot of people joined, they didn't know about the session, this is going on. And I also don't promote a lot of the time on the LinkedIn too much, because I mean, I also have got the work and everything, busy schedule. But now you should share with your network. If you find this valuable, it is if it is helpful for you, please share with your network. Tell people that what you are learning here, how it is helping you here. If you want to post on your LinkedIn, repost, create any post by yourself by putting these links and share your experience, do that thing, right? The more and more you share, more and more people we reach out and more people get benefited. And of course, this is without any cost, right? Free of cost. It's just a time investment from both of us. So do that. And that's it for today. I think we can close for the day. And thank you so much for joining again. Today we had a very good attendance here. Almost 100 people joined. I have around 57 people here now. But let's see you in the next month session, 5th of July, first Saturday, same time. Do join if you find this valuable. Okay. Thank you, everyone.